When you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things a chance to catch you. Lolly Daskal. My friends, each and every day we are looking for the right things to catch. And again, we are spending our time following these charts, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, practice trading every chance we get and learning more and more each day. Let's jump into these charts as we head into the weekend. This, of course, was a short day for the markets. Opened at the standard time, closed at 1 p.m. And let's look and see what there is to see today. Now, as we look at the chart, we can see that everything for the day was up. Everything. So let's look first at the S&P 500, up 0.67%. Again, we don't have the week ending with a whole lot of volume. We look at the first day of the latest two-day candle, not up to half volume. We see in the morning and in that short afternoon period, there's not a lot of volume. And again, shortened trading week, even a shortened day on Friday. But again, market going higher, up 0.67%, as I said. You know, we saw the Trump effect spring into action on the 6th. We've talked about this multiple times. Went up until Monday the following week. That afternoon started sliding sideways and down, jumped down hard on Friday the 15th, slid sideways, and then on Thursday the 21st started moving up. We had one pullback day. Well, we had maybe a couple here. But again, digesting and moving higher. And of course, we ended this week higher than we were last week. So again, this market just continues to move up. We may very well find ourselves in a Santa Claus rally. And as we look at what's happening with the NASDAQ 100, we can see it's up not quite 1% for the day, 0.90%. What do we see going on here? Well, it's not reached the high that it hit back on the 4th of November, that week beginning Monday the 4th and the week beginning Monday the 11th. But again, moving up. We had a green spinning top, almost a doji last week. Again, just below average volume. This week, not up to average, not much to write home about as far as volume goes on the 2-day. Decent in the morning and then slowing up, a lot in the afternoon. So again, stocks have just, they slowed down, they digested their gains, then they look like they've taken off again. Look at bonds though. Bonds just started hammering up on Monday. Big day up this Monday, the 25th of November. Slowed down on Tuesday. Popped up again on Wednesday. Markets closed on Thursday and popped up again over 1% on Friday. So it does appear that bonds have stopped that down move. We ran that for the longest time. It was beautiful. Looks like they've turned around. Now, what makes it difficult for us? Well, we don't have our typical green spinning top for a turnaround, nor do we have average volume. So I am not jumping into this up trade. It doesn't meet my criteria. I trade ETFs and stocks when they meet my criteria. What do I want? I want the low to be higher than average or average. I prefer higher than average volume. I want the turnaround on a reversal on a down move to be a green spinning top with average or higher than average volume. I don't want a huge wicks on either side. I want decent size wicks, a green spinning top that's telling me that we've reached a bottom, that we have a consensus, and that things are turning around. It works time and time and time again. When I don't see that happening, it gives me some concern. Now we go back and look back in time with what bonds have done, and you can see you don't really see any of these green spinning tops, do you, when bonds turn around? So I know some of you ask me about this. Tom, I don't see those. What do you think about going long? I'm like, hey, you're not using any money. You can sure go ahead and pull the trigger and ride that pony, see how long it will take you, see what you learn from it, fill out your trader's worksheet. Make sure you're keeping up and learning from bonds. And if you learn this pattern works for bonds, my friends, we have our rules, but our rules are there to give us our initial guidance. As we learn the particularities of a stock or an ETF, as we learn their personalities, particularities, what they like, what they don't like, the seasons where they really trade well, the seasons where they don't, that's why I encourage you to pick out your own quiver of stocks and ETFs that you learn like your children, and then you know how to read them. And if you see the kind of pattern that is showing right now on TLT, and you know it's going to work because you've traded it multiple times in the past, then by all means, my friend, pull the trigger. That's where we are with bonds. We see 2.5 two-day candles moving up. That's 5 days blasting through that weekly trend line. And of course, we saw this last Monday, the 25th, where the half day just blew it out in the morning and in the afternoon. So it looks like bonds have turned around. What about gold? Up for the day 0.86%. Gold really moved down strongly on Monday, started dissipating on Tuesday, up some on Wednesday, of course closed Thursday, and then popped up Friday. I don't know what gold's doing. We have 2 weeks of lots of indecision here. Volume has been decreasing, so it's hard to tell what's happening with this big red down candle. And the way that we saw gold peak, again, with our telltale sign. This is the telltale rotation over. Average volume, we had the interim high. We had a red spinning top with decent sized wicks on either side with higher than average volume. Beautiful turnover. That following week, exactly what we expected it to do. These other 2 weeks, just sort of sliding sideways. Where do I think it's going based upon the clean turnover here in the volume showing the market capitulation and the rollover? I think it's going to continue to go down. We'll see as we move into the future. Lastly, we will take a look at HODL. That is the Bitcoin ETF. What's it doing? Well, we can look at the 2-day chart, how it moved up, topped out back on the Wednesday, Thursday, and the Friday, Monday. That was Wednesday, Thursday, the 20th, and Thursday, the 21st. And then Friday the 22nd, and then that would have been Monday, I guess, the 25th, right? Monday the 25th, yes. And then, we had a 2-day just sort of dead time where Bitcoin just sort of digested those gains, and it looks like it's trying to move up again. Hasn't hit the prior high yet, but looks like it digested those gains, staying away from a crossover on the 2-day chart through the weekly trend line and on the half-day chart. So just sort of looks like a slow down week. Maybe Bitcoin will keep going. We'll keep our eye on it as we get into this next week. Thank you so much for being with us this holiday week. Shortened market on Friday. No market open on Thursday because of Thanksgiving. I almost said Halloween. Thanksgiving in the States. And we so appreciate you being with us. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah that's on the way. Hope everyone in the States had a great Thanksgiving. And again, always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.